The spiritual leader of Australia's Muslims has defended his community's handling of radical fighters, saying the problem would have been far worse without the efforts of local Imams. While condemning the images of brutal killings from the battlefront, the Grand Mufti has also criticised the government's new anti-terror measures as going too far. In a rare interview, Professor Ibrahim Mohamed says radicalised Australians should not be stopped from coming home, but rehabilitated instead. Jason has this exclusive report.
As the head of the Imams Council, Professor Ibrahim Mohamed speaks for many of Australia's 500,000 Muslims. He's been shocked by the images from Iraq and Syria.
What was your reaction to the images of the young boy carrying the severed head?
It is a despicable image. We don't know its source. We don't know who sent it. But it is a shocking and despicable image. We are against all forms of violence, even in the form of an image. We are not required to apologize on behalf of a lunatic.
So what should happen to people like Khalid Sharif?
The law. The law. If these photos are generally attributed to him, he should be prosecuted.
The Grand Mufti rejects any criticism that his community has not done enough to address radicalism within its ranks.
These people should be re-educated. We are working on this. We have methods that work on the correction of their ideas. We try to cure them. Our educators are young men who are native speakers, who are born here and who are specialized in this field.
ASIO says there are 150 known Australian radicals, including 60 fighters. The Grand Mufti says the number could have been far greater without intervention from Australian Imams, who he says have implored young Muslims not to go and fight.
If it wasn't for our effort, there could have been 1,500, not 150.
Last week, the National Imams Council protested the government's new anti-terror measures by not attending the annual Federal Police Eid dinner. Despite a meeting between the government and some Muslim leaders last month, the Grand Mufti says there has not been enough consultation with the community.
Nobody talked to us about this topic at all. I heard about the draft laws in the media.
The Grand Mufti says the laws go too far and will impinge on individual liberties. In particular, he's critical of the government's plan to make travelling to specific terror hotspots without a valid reason illegal.
People have the right to move freely to anywhere they choose. People are not required to justify why they have travelled to a specific place or who they met. These laws will breach privacy. We are not talking about terrorism now. We are talking about human rights.
Radical Australians, he says, need to be re-educated, not banned from coming home.
If we do, we are transforming them from possible terrorists to genuine terrorists. We should absorb them, rehabilitate them, re-educate them. We should not deny them entry, as they will regroup elsewhere. If that happens, we are not fighting terrorism, but shifting it to another place.
Banning them, he says, will only give them notoriety.
They want to be depicted as heroes. You are giving them that. They will find themselves heroes.
Professor Mohamed has sought dialogue with the government on the anti-terror laws and plans to meet the Attorney-General George Brandis later this month. Jason Lateline.